Hello, everyone, and welcome into Cronkite Sports Live. I am Michael Gutnick. Alongside me is Reagan Smith and Hunter Hippel. And today we're going to talk some men's hockey. The Sun Devils are off to the best start in program history at 6-2. They have 6 wins in 8 games. Now, this is a plateau they reached last year by early January. And now this is a big step forward for this program in just their 4th Division I season. So Reagan, what do you think has been the biggest contributor to their success so far early in the season?
Well, Michael, I think it has to be the special teams. Last year, their penalty kill was fantastic. This year, they've taken it a notch above 90%. It has been incredible. And then last year, their power play wasn't good. It really wasn't. Under 15%. And this year, it's above 20% so far. Yes, we're only 8 games in, but the more you can score on the power play, the more you can kill penalties when you're shorthanded, the more wins you're going to inevitably get.
Yeah, and the special teams is something we will touch on later in this segment. It's truly been phenomenal so far. Now, Hunter, what have you seen as the biggest contributor to their success so far?
You know, I hate to be a downer about it, but I think it's been the schedule so far for Arizona State. The 3 teams that they have played so far, Nebraska Omaha, Alaska Fairbanks, and Alabama Huntsville, a combined 0 wins on the season. So as much as I would like to say that this is Arizona State's responsibility for the 6-2 start, may not totally be the case.
Yeah, and the Sun Devils, they have a loaded roster full of talent. Many names to choose from here, but which player has stood out to you so far through the handful of games?
It has to be Johnny Walker. I don't think you can really say too terribly many people else. There's been a lot of talent, though. Johnny Walker currently leads the entire NCAA in points and with 8 goals and 5 assists. And just past weekend, Johnny Walker was named the best player in the world of the week by ESPN. So, I mean, this man is going places. The hype for this man is totally legitimate at this point.
Yeah, Walker certainly has driven the offense. He's been a beast, finding the back of the net on power play and on even strength. Hunter, now you're going to look at someone who's been manning the goal. You know, what has he been for this team so far?
Joey Decord has been unbelievable this year. Top 20 goaltender in the country so far. Greg Powers, the head coach, actually called him the best goaltender in the country. I think that's a little bit of an overstatement. At the same time, though, 1.15 GAA on the season. He's got Arizona State at 6-2. It's been really impressive.
Mm-hmm. And also a big part to success has been the special teams. And like you mentioned earlier, Reagan, you know, the power play and penalty kill have been one of the strongest in the nation. Now, let's dive in first into the power play. Reagan, you know, they've got, last game they had 5 power play goals. You know, what has, you know, clicked for them on the up a man?
Yeah, I have to give credit back to the recruiting class and these new players coming in every single year. This past 2 years, Sun Devils have brought in 2 top 20 recruiting classes, and then this year you put Demetrius Kumanzis, a freshman, onto the top power play line, and what happens? He finds Johnny Walker wherever he may be on the ice, and Johnny Walker puts it into the back of the net. I mean, 4 goals his last game, and all of those coming on the power play. So, I mean, it was incredible.
Certainly, yeah, the power play has been, you know, a big part to their offense, which is top 5 in the nation in scoring. Now shifting over to the penalty kill, you know, obviously Arizona State has had trouble with discipline, and they've had to step up with the penalty kill. That's had over a 90% conversion rating. You know, Hunter, what has been, you know, with the defense and the goaltending, what have you seen there?
I think the biggest thing that they've done so far is they just get in front of pucks. They deflect pucks, intercept passes. And then you have to give it, again, back to Decord. He's been unreal, whether it's on the power play or not. But, again, it's a team effort on the PK. And Arizona State's doing that, deflecting pucks, getting in front of the net, and then Decord. I think that's the biggest impact.
And now the Sun Devils head out to University Park to take on number 6 Penn State, who is undefeated currently 5 games into the season. You know, this is going to be a tough test like Ohio State earlier this year. You know, what is it going to take to steal 1 or 2 games away from one of the best teams in the country?
Well, Michael, and this is kind of an abnormal thing, but I think it has to be the support that this ASU team gets. Coach Greg Powers said it last weekend, or against Alabama Huntsville, I should say, a few weekends ago, that this away support was phenomenal, and that was a big boost to them. This week, they have 2 players, Josh Maniscalco and Austin Lemieux, who are Pennsylvania natives. What are they going to do? Well, they're going to bring their family and their friends and bring them right over against Penn State. And so no matter what, any form of support's good, but when you can get a few families worth of support, I mean, that's absolutely going to be a big motivation boost or morale booster for the team.
Yeah, certainly there will be a lot of maroon and gold in the fans, giving them extra motivation. Hunter, what is it going to take, though, on the ice in order to be able to knock one off against the Nittany Lions?
We were talking about earlier with the penalty kill, and Arizona State's been very, very undisciplined this year. And when you go against one of the best teams in the country, you have to stay disciplined. And on the road, one of the best teams in the country, you're going to have to stay disciplined. And that's what they got to do this weekend.
That's going to do it for this edition of Men's Hockey on Cronkite Sports Live. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Michael Gutnick. That's Hunter Hippel, and that's Reagan Smith. And we'll see you next time.